The best author will be the one who is ashamed to become a writer, meaning it is always the things that happen almost automatically, intrinsically, and naturally without the application of any force and outside coercion and internal psychological compulsion that ultimately make the most sense, significance, importance, meaning, sovereignty, and responsibility in our lives, and we don't even always realize it or identify it regarding the success that we have received by doing things, and also regarding everything that has happened to us unintentionally, and in other words, naturally, intrinsically, and without any coercion, intention, force, or the application of outside authorities or inside compulsions and obligations and obsessions either. So that's how things work. Ultimately, in the end, it is always something that happens on its own, naturally, intrinsically, and inherently, without the application of any kind of internal force, coercion, or outside authorities and educational interferences and governmental commands that ultimately matters more than everything else that we become and achieve and do in our lives, and that also makes the most sense, significance, authenticity, sovereignty in our lives, because that's how a man becomes what he actually wants and desires and aspires to become, not by desiring and wanting all the time that which he wants to become, but by leaving it everything upon his abilities, talents, skills, knowledge, intelligence, and also upon the universal connections and cosmic arrangements in one way or another that ultimately provides us with the highest qualities and biggest successes and ultimate breakthroughs in our lives that we could not even imagine on the basis of our formal education and limited degrees and finite knowledge that we desperately pursue and conquer, and also that we always are occupied and possessed by external validation, material possession, objective worth, etc. So that's how it works. So ultimately, it is only the person who wants to be nothing at all, the person who does not chase, want, lust, anything at all, that ultimately becomes something significant, sovereign, individual, independent, virtuous, moral in his life, and he also becomes what he genuinely, naturally wanted to become in the first place, either a writer or a philosopher or a scientist or an astronaut, doctor. It could be anything, but it does not come through basically hard work always, or wanting to be seen, validated,